Welcome back, everyone, to the Lost Depths of Phandelver. I hope you had a really good last couple of weeks.
Some weird helium going on over there.
See a doctor, maybe.
smoking those helium balloons.
Oh, man.
All right. All right, does everyone hear the music?
Yeah, it's a little low.
Good.
On my end.
Here, let me turn it up. Yeah, perfect. All right. Last time, we concluded the fight with the roper inside the very tiny little cavity of cave that Rummy managed to investigate the corpse there. Find some items in there, and before he met his demise. After combat, the party decided that it was probably best to go ahead and throw up their tent that they had received from the boss and get a good night's sleep. After a lot of things, climbing a wall and encountering bugs and some fights, it was probably a good time to call it a night. Brandy managed to stay outside with Grumback to keep watch as the others, along with one of the members of the Lords, who decided to go ahead and use the tent. As they had their conversations inside and out, inside conversations about the journey so far and conversations outside of the tent, mostly with Grumback and a flask of alcohol, mead, whatever, wine. Brandy found out pretty quickly that he started to become very honest, brutally honest, actually, about some of the things that he had been a part of in his past, things that he referenced by name that Orlin would be disappointed if he found out to be true. That Brandy alone was privy to the knowledge of as he spilled his guts here. And that is where we're going to go ahead and begin our session this week. We're going to go ahead and go outside to Brandy first, as the long rest is concluded, Brandy. As you kind of wake up, you open your eyes. Let me give you the map. Excuse me. You open your eyes, and you see Grumback curled up, kind of next to the fire here, which is quite dim now, as you kind of, you snuffed it out a lot before you went to sleep the night before, to kind of make sure that things were a little bit more hidden over here. You look over, you see Grumback. He's still sleeping, Brandy. You look behind you, and you see there's a very large boulder that is the tent. It's just an illusion from the outside.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems to be gardening, or rather blocking the path. You can see down beside you there's a little pool of water. It's crystal clear to the bottom. As you kind of observe, you look down in it, and just a little bit of reflection beaming back up at you from the firelight in the cave here. And I'll go ahead and give you the floor, Brandy, as Grumback snores laying on the ground beside you.
And I want to say that I had sent some creatures down south of us in that corridor.
Did.
Yeah, okay.
You definitely did. Yeah. Did you want to go ahead and have a good look and see if?
I feel like I could be pretty sneaky.
You can. Yeah. If you want to go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. You also have Bitters here, who seems to be perched kind of on a rock next to you, Brandy. Look at natural 20.
This is incredible.
Oh my
the hell?
30.
Jesus.
Wow, Brandy, it must be the amount of light in the cave, or perhaps the mist kind of clung to the cave ceiling here. you manage to get down low to the ground. You are absolutely hidden from sight.
I'm gone.
Everything here. As you make your way south towards the southern cavern here, Brandy, past the tent that is a giant boulder as it appears. Roll a perception check for me. Do it with advantage. I'm gonna just move you for a second so I can give you a ninja mask. Whoop! There you go. 15. All right, Brandy. As you observe, with your absolute your amazing stealth skills here, you get close, kind of to the skeleton here, we'll say. And as you do, you notice a couple of things pretty quickly clung to the top of the ceiling, Brandy. I'm just going to show them to you for a moment here.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You kind of observe, and it seems to be absolutely, it's there's no movement at all. It's like a giant leather cloak or something clung to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hide them again.
But I know what those are, right?
I would say, yeah, you know that one is a cloaker. You know what? You probably, yeah, you would know that one of them is a juvenile cloaker and one of them is an adult cloaker.
Adult. Okay.
Yeah.
I Brandy might know. Amanda does not know.
I would say with your experience in caves and stuff, and the stuff that you've been through, particularly Brandy has been through, you would know what these are.
All right, they're a pretty good threat.
They're a pretty good threat. Yeah, you know them as ambushers.
Eat our ass. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget. What about? I want to scout out. I don't remember where we came from. We came from the east to west. West to east?
So you came from this direction here, from the west, and you're heading east. So you have two directions. You have the south corridor here, or you have the northern corridor. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and take some time here to kind of explore and move ahead a little bit, Brandy, I'll go ahead and let you do that.
Yeah, I think while everyone's waking up for the day, I'll just scout it out while I'm out here.
That sounds great. Actually, if you want to go ahead and take some movement here, we'll get to everybody in a moment here. And as you walk by Grumback, he's absolutely snoring. He's passed out. Yeah. Brandy, you make your way around the corner here. Roll a perception check for me, an additional one. Do it with advantage as well. $25. Wow. You make your way around the corner, and it's pretty easy to see that there's a gathering of small rocks kind of making a small fire pit.
Sure.
And from what you can tell, it seems as though it's been here quite a while. It doesn't seem new. You also notice a little bit down the path here with your lantern. I believe you have your lantern on. A little bit down the path here, you could see there's some crumbled rocks. There's some bits of maybe the ceiling that kind of came off. And you know from your experiences here up to this point that could very well be the result of a monster or a creature.
Yeah.
Or it could just be natural. Yeah, it's hard to say. But you do see an opening as well coming up kind of on your right. Pretty narrow opening. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really narrow, and it kind of seems to go down a bit, Brandy. You could squeeze in there if you wanted to. You're small enough, but it's tight.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Not by myself with no one knowing where I'm at.
Perfect.
I think I've got enough space to know what's happening. I'll probably backtrack to
Yeah, you got it. Absolutely. And as you're making your way back, Brandy, we're going to go ahead and go to the inside of the tent here for a moment. Let me do this. I believe it was 3 last time. You guys rolled a 3. I have to organize this better. 3. There we go. All right. Ronan, D1, and Aliva. along with Valora Chu, who seems to still be sleeping. I would say maybe D1 probably wakes up from his hibernation state first. I think that probably makes sense. Although Ronan and Aliva, you're stirring as well, I would say. So I'll go ahead and give you guys the floor here for a moment. If there's anything you'd like to do in this room.
I think I already searched it looking for a spell book and was unsuccessful.
You did. Yeah, you did. You did, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, there's
I wouldn't be looking at the room, but I would be looking down at my ring a lot and seeing if I could somehow access that weird place from before.
Definitely, Aliva. And I think in the moment here, you would probably all be privy to the knowledge of this room is different now than it was before. But like the last time that you came in here, you used this tent. You remember there was a body in here, and that D1 was able to transcribe some spells from a book. That none of that seems to be in here. This seems to be like almost like a whole different place, different colors, different fabrics, different charms and baubles and things hung around, different chandelier, just a whole different environment, like altogether. And so as you look around the room here, and you're astonished to see that there are things here that you don't recognize. Aliva, roll an investigation check for me. And then we'll go ahead and have you focus a bit. I didn't do this last time for you, so. 17. And Aliva, you walk around the room here. You begin to notice some odd things. There's a stack of papers kind of in the corner of the room here, in one of the corridors over here. I'll go ahead and pick them out for it. And you get close to it, and you realize it's like a list of names. It's a stack of paper, maybe 30 pages, and they're just names. Some of the names are crossed out and scribbled off, but most of the names remain. It's very odd to you, Aliva. You sit here and you notice the names. You notice the stack of paper. Next to it, there's kind of an odd paperweight sitting on top of the stack. It has like a green jewel in the middle of it. That you kind of glance down, Aliva, and you notice in the moment as you glance down, you see like a perfect reflection of yourself. Only it's green through the jewel. You see there's a little bit of dirt smudged on underneath your left eye there, Aliva. A little bit of little scratch underneath. Yeah, a little scratch on your cheek. Just a little one.
Okay. Are any of the names in the list, do I recognize them?
Roll a history check. Oh, 18. 18, not bad, Aliva. There's a couple of names that are a little odd. They don't strike you as a normal name. You're seeing some very odd. You begin to notice, Aliva, some of the names they can't possibly be names, and you're starting to realize maybe this isn't just a stack of names. There's some weird things going on here. Weird scribbles of letters, combinations of letters. Once you're about 3 or 4 down, you start to see, and you don't recognize any of the names here. You just realize that the names don't make they don't look like names.
Maybe a weird question, but the paperweight with the emerald in it, does the emerald go all the way through the paperweight, or is it set on the outside of it?
No, it seems to go all the way through, like all the way down to the bottom of the.
And I if you fucking Ouija board this list with that emerald.
Sure, if you'd like to, you absolutely
see what
can.
happens. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So you take the first page, Aliva. I would say you put the paperweight on the paper, and as you begin to move down the list, some of the names, the letters in some of the names begin to kind of they seem a little bit brighter. Almost as if there's like a bit of a glint of magic kind of around the letters themselves.
If I spell those letters out, do they spell something else?
It's odd to you. You notice there's about 16 total letters here in front of you. that seem to stand out as you kind of go through the different pages.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that then. If there's not like some kind of word puzzle game that I'm stringing together letters to spell something else, I'm not really sure then.
You get a series of letters, Aliva. I'll go ahead and read them out to you if you want. You can put them somewhere. Put them in Discord if you want. Yeah. If you want to take the time to do this, you got a really good investigation check and a good history check. So
yeah, I'll write them down.
Okay.
Got paper in front of me.
All right. So here are the letters that stand out to you: A, D, G, F, N, G, H, O, E, A, R, N, E, A, I, X.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. It takes you a while to do this, Aliva, but you notice as you go through that it's the same exact series of letters, just repeated over and over and over, all throughout all 30 pages. It's weird to you. I would say in the moment, Aliva, roll a wisdom check for me, so you can kind of get comfortable here and focus on your ring like you wanted to do. Seven.
Not very wise.
You kind of get up on the bed, crisscross, focused on the ring. The air around you seems quiet. Your companions are just starting to wake up. Everything's so quiet in here. You hear the fire across the room, kind of just in the background crackling. As you focus on the ring here, and you kind of feel the indentations and the jewels kind of around it, which you know to be an illusion as you know what this thing actually is. You start to think about the properties themselves, the properties that make this thing able to do what it does, able to shift and change and transform. What magics could possibly be at work here that are connected to the weave, to the source? As you kind of start to concentrate, Aliva, it seems as though in the moment your mind is so preoccupied on other things. It's hard to get a good base for your focus here at the moment.
That's fair.
But your companions seem to kind of stir here. You see D1, as well as Ronan, Ronan at the other side of the room here, kind of as he begins to kind of put himself together, pull his cloak up. I'll go ahead and give you guys the floor here before we move on. Ronan and D1, is there anything else that you guys want to do? Just open the floor up to everyone.
No, not really. I'd be ready to pack up and get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
Same here.
All right.
I will say I'm going to take a linen wrap and wrap it around my wrist.
Okay.
But I'm going to place the parathist in one of the layers of it, just so I know where it's at and it's not rattling around in my boot.
Oh, I love it, Ronan. That's a great idea. You have a pretty good long strip of cloth here that you've been holding on to for a while, in your bag, and you begin to wrap it around your wrist as you kind of look around the room here, and you kind of look around. Everybody's kind of preoccupied. You slip the parathis, that little black crystal shard, with the tiniest little sliver of purple energy in there, Ronan, that you can see as you kind of look at it one last time before you tuck it in there. There's like a kind of energy kind of spewing out of both sides. It's so hard to explain, to describe to you. but it's so small and it's deep inside this crystal. And you place it on one of the layers and you gently wrap the fabric and the gauze around it, around your wrist, and around the top of it, so you know where it is. Is it near your palm, or is it kind of along the top? It's
I
a
would
weird
say
question.
not in the palm.
Okay.
More up on the forearm.
Cool. Gotcha. Perfect. So you kind of tuck it down in there. I would say, Ronan, and no checks required here. You get it nice and tight around your arm there. Are you just gonna like pull your sleeve down over top of it and hide it? Not hide it, but kind of cover it up.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
The idea. Okay. Perfect. As you do this, Ronan, you do feel your shoulder. There's like a little pins and needles for a moment there before it kind of just defaults back to its normal, kind of a little bit higher temperature than the rest of your body. It's just enough that you can tell that it's, something's going on back there. It's no different than normal, but it's reminding you, if you will. And D1, you continue to kind of glance around the room here, confused for a moment.
I think I can't remember if I did it or not, but I will resummon Rummy.
Yeah, you can definitely resummon. You have not done that, but you can do that now, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, so you take the time here and you hold the jewel in your hand, the one that becomes Rummy's heart, the one that has seen some trauma over the journey here, and you conjure Rummy back into existence, and you see him. He kind of beams in front of you, no worse for wear.
Nice.
Perfect.
And then actually, now that I think about it, there is something that I'm going to do.
Okay.
I am going to go into my ring.
You're going to go into your ring. Perfect.
Yeah.
Before you do this, are you doing this in the tent?
How much time do we have left on the tent?
So I put a description on the card, and once I did it, I realized I didn't give you guys enough time. There's a little bit of time. Like you have a couple, like you'll probably have an hour or two after your long rest to be able to do whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? So you have some time. You probably have like an hour or two before the tent starts to.
All right. Yeah, I might as well just be in the tent then.
Okay, so there's an issue with you doing this in the tent because they're both extra dimensional spaces.
Oh.
So
We all die.
I'm just telling you this because
Yeah.
I still want to play the session. It'd be fun.
All right. I'll wait till I step out then if it's double interdimensional.
We'll just say that you do for the sake of it. That way, there's no. Okay. As soon as you do this, D1, you got to give me one moment here so that I can get the music right. All right, D1, are you ready?
Yes.
You begin to start to move around, and you put yourself inside of the ring, and you go down into the room, and the first thing you notice, D1, is that there are fucking stacks and stacks and stacks of chairs that seem to kind of build a kind of a network of ledges and places to step all the way up to the top of what seems to be like a cork or something in the top of a bottle. It's hard to explain. It's hard to describe, but the chair goes all the way up to the very top as you kind of materialize into the room.
Our little friend's been busy. Do I see the little creature anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, that shouldn't have been with advantage.
That's all right. It's all right. That's a 25.
Yeah.
So you slowly begin to walk around the room here. Now, the room is absolutely, it's beautiful, right? It's lavish. It's everything you would want for comfort.
It's I Dream of Genie.
It's I Dream of Genie, except it's got a whole lot of chairs that seem to have been duplicated and stacked for whatever reason. It's weird to see this kind of magic, especially in a place like this that you control. As you walk around D1, you see out the corner of your eye a very long ear, a fuzzy ear, and then it kind of disappears out of sight. And then you hear a noise behind you, and then you look behind you, and you swear that you see a foot just for a moment before it disappears underneath the pile of chairs.
And I say, what the hell's going on in here?
You get a feeling in your mind that it's like something might be trying to communicate with you. It's hard to know through the feelings of anger you seem to be getting. You seem to be sensing there's a lot of hostility. There's resentment. There might be some swearing there. It's hard to know.
Nice. Yeah, sorry we left you in here so long. I don't know.
Are you just saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been able to hear what's going on out there, but we're in the middle of a underground cavernous cave system right now. I don't know if this is the best time for you to get out. As soon as we get to a better place, I'll get you out of here.
Is that your
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I was just gonna sort of yell it out the direction that I see in the foot.
Sure. You for a moment there's there's just emptiness, and then you feel a little bit of I would say a little bit of sadness. And then there's like a feeling of, oh God, how do I describe this? You feel as though you're trapped and you can't leave. Like you're, you know that this is not true. Like you can leave whenever you want, but you feel like there's this horrible feeling that you belong to somebody else.
He doesn't speak. He just speaks telepathically only, right?
It seems that way. That's what you're getting.
Oh, like, unless do you feel like joining us to fight some fucking badass fucking monsters?
As soon as you say that, there's a feeling of like almost a snobby feeling. Like, I can't believe you would expect something so low out of me.
Well, are you hungry? I could leave you some more rations.
There's you see a picture in your brain of a very large feast, and you see him starving, like licking his lips.
Nice. All right, I'll unload it. I think I gave him 3 last time, and I don't think I used any, so I probably have like 8 rations left.
Oh, perfect. Are you just gonna
I'll leave
sit them out?
I'll leave them all. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. You just gonna set them out in front of you and.
Yeah, well, I'll set them on I don't know, on one of the chairs that's sort of clear on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, so you set them on the chair, and then you kind of, you remove your hand, and you there's a second goes by before you realize that they begin to kind of float for a moment. They lift up a bit, and then they very slowly start to move away in the air, just ever so slightly underneath the stack of chairs, and then they disappear.
Nice.
You swear you hear like a.
Right. So I gotta look at
from somewhere under the chair.
I can only come in here once a day. I mean, if you got something you want to say, or I mean, now's the time. Otherwise, it'll be same time tomorrow.
Yeah. So as soon as you get finished with your saying that, you feel immediately there's a wash of information just kind of flooded into your brain, D1. You see a waterfall. You see a very large wall with kind of, there seems to be blood stains all the way at the bottom of it and the pile of bones. You see a flash of a very large ship in the middle of a very large storm being thrown around. It's almost like a video being played in front of you. You're looking out the perspective of a cage as you kind of see things thrown about on some deck of the ship here, barrels being tossed around in crates. You hear a large sound. It sounds like wood breaking and like splintering as you look to your left and you see a little a deluge of water starting to fill the ship. And the next moment you see there's a forest or a jungle. Right in front of you, there's a series of rocks, maybe ruins or something. There's a nose and maybe like an eye and a crack down the right side of the face. Right to the left of the statue, there's a large throne made out of like what seems to be wood and vines. Little carvings all along the exterior of the throne there of little animals, little creatures. D1, it's hard to know exactly. You're getting so much at once here, and then all of a sudden it goes black. Roll a history check. Good question. Oh, nice rolls. This is good because last week you were rolling like garbage, or the week before.
I know. I usually do.
Yeah, it's really good. 24. You recognize the jungle. This jungle is somewhere that you were on, and you went to. You were before. You only know because of the throne. You remember seeing this throne actually, D1. Probably 4 or 5 years ago with your maybe a little longer with your crew. Before everybody kind of parted ways. You remember you actually lost a crewman here on this island. They seem to have fallen down a mine shaft or something without knowing it.
Alright, I'm gonna yell, we may have access to a ship in the near future. We could maybe get you back to that island.
You feel, for a moment, you feel hope. You feel like you see in your mind there's blackness and then a single ray of light kind of shine through in the darkness. Like it's almost like the creature's telling you, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, man. Enjoy the rations. If we, you seem to know some magic, so if we need somebody to help us fight, I may come back for you. But until then, fucking quit duplicating my chairs and fucking chill.
Perfect. You just hear him crunching down there. And you see like little visions. It's calm seas on a ship. It seems to be a picture. It's very odd. It looks like you're watching something that's already happened, but you know for sure this hasn't happened because you see this creature on the deck, kind of next to you on a ship, and it's nighttime and it's a full moon, and you can see the light from the full moon is spread out across the ocean, across the waters, and it's still. The waves are very, very quiet, and out in the distance, you see kind of off the head of the ship there, the bow of the ship, you see Ronan looking out across the water, and next to him you see Brandy, and behind you see Aliva up by the wheel. And next to Aliva, you also see another form, but it's really hard to make out who they are. It's just for a moment. You feel the breeze. It's a warm breeze. Seems to be out on the ocean somewhere.
I'm gonna leave. I have 4 quills and a couple bottles of ink and
okay,
a whole big stack of parchment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave like 20 pieces of parchment, bottle of ink, and 1 quill. Back on that chair. Just in case you want to entertain yourself by sketching some shit.
It's a good idea.
And then
perfect.
I'm gonna leave the ring.
Okay, I love it. Let me Perfect. D1, as soon as you kind of come out of the ring and you step back into the tent here, you notice that everybody's kind of getting ready. You notice Aliva is kind of crisscross. Her eyes are closed. She seems to be kind of heavy in meditation, or trying to be. She seems to not be quite there. Ronan is kind of finishing up, getting ready for the day. And I'll go ahead and leave it to you guys.
Yeah, I'm just looking at them and like, you guys still waking up, or are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we left Brandy and Grummy out there all night.
Yeah, I'm ready when you guys are.
Alright, I guess we'll leave and pack up the portable tent.
All right, so you all take a step outside of the tent, and as soon as you do, you notice like pretty quickly that it starts to parts of the tent begin to if I could talk, that'd be amazing. You begin to be able to see. You can see through tents in certain spots. It's very translucent in certain places. As you kind of pack it up and you shove it back in its pack. Let me do this. Cool. All right. You all kind of make your way out of the tent here, and you see Grumback kind of still kind of like on his side, kind of like waking up, but not. He's he's still sleeping, and Brandy kind of coming around the corner.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, you
I'm
need
back
Rummy.
with the butt end of my glaive, waiting on you. Yeah.
Perfect. You hit him with the glaive. That's great, actually.
I mean, I'm not trying to hurt him. Just like
Just a little
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah. You do. He stirs a bit. You hear him. Oh, there's water. He kind of walks over to the
Nice.
thing, and he dunks his head and down into the water. Lifts it back up. Oh, my head.
You're not drunk, are you?
Oh,
I don't know, he's drinking fucking mystery cave water.
Probably would say, well, not anymore.
oh my.
You got
my
drunk last night
head.
on watch?
I maybe a little too much.
The man's a lightweight.
Nice. I mean, I guess you
Brandy.
guys had to stay warm somehow, but
I'm unimpressed
Put all you guys together.
and disappointed.
I trusted Brandy enough.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I was only mildly drunk. Please got the
Are you
the
not
place
always
scouted
just
out.
mildly drunk though?
No, that is normal for me.
Yeah.
It's funny. Awesome.
constantly tipsy.
Yeah, Brandy's.
Was there any issues last night?
Well, there are no issues. I do think we are surrounded by creepy crawlies. But there's definitely two big, what are they called again? Cloakers?
Cloakers. Yeah.
Cloakers to the south, and I started investigating a little bit to the north, but didn't want to go too far by myself.
Yeah, that's probably best. So you're saying east looks a little safer than going down?
Yeah, I wouldn't go all the way down unless we want to fight, but I would say we should try the other tunnel.
Gotcha. I mean, we gotta find this horror thing, kill it, and get the hell out of this dank place.
I forgot that's what we were doing.
Yeah. All these Valora Chews seem to think he's down here.
I wonder if they can
Sorry.
guide us a little bit. Show us to your monster.
You see the Valorachu are kind of like they just seem to be leaning up against the wall, looking at we'll call them Green for now. They're mumbling some things under their breath. Doesn't seem to be anything. They're not making loud noises. It doesn't sound like they're startled or anything like that. It's just some light conversation. It's hard to know what they're actually saying.
Yeah. If you guys, I'll just say to everybody, if you guys don't mind waiting 10 minutes, I could do a comprehend languages.
Yeah, probably worth it.
If you want to,
Fine with me.
D1, we can just assume that when you woke up
I started casting.
from your hibernation, yeah, because I mean, you probably would have wanted to talk to them anyway. I would assume that.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and let you retro that if you want. It's okay.
Yeah. I will have, like just right before we left the tent, cast comprehend languages.
Okay, that's
Lasts for
perfect.
1 hour.
Perfect. They begin to, you can hear their conversation pretty clearly, D1. They seem to be talking about the stench, the air, something about the way that the air smells here. The air down the southern corridor does not smell inviting. The air in the northern corridor smells better, but it's still something isn't right in here somewhere. That just the perception. They have a good sense of smell, is what you're gathering.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point both ways on the path and just look at them and shrug.
They point to the north.
All right, they seem to think we go up.
Perfect. And Brandy had a little scouting mission as well as Grumback seems to, and I should probably roll for this just to be safe. Oh, of course, maybe the natural one. Grumback, for a moment, he looks at you, and you can see he looks a little like damp, like he's sweating a little bit, and then he kind of drops to his knees and starts to just throw up all into the water.
Fucking lightweight is right. I swear some of the fluids and stuff that come out of you vagina-borns.
And on that,
I step further back from everyone.
I just start walking up north, getting away from that puking bear.
Yeah, you got it. It's loud. He's
There's always something disgusting coming out of you guys.
Nice. Is everyone just kind of like going ahead here without Grumback for a moment?
Yeah.
Perfect. And Brandy as well?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and just move you guys forward.
Yeah,
here.
if I smell him throwing up, I'm gonna throw up too.
It's awesome. Roll a... roll a perception check, Ronan.
Holy natty 20s tonight.
Oh my god. So, Ronan, as you begin to walk away quickly, briskly, you do not smell the puke at all. However, you smell something else with your natural 20. Something is... There's a small, like a slight breeze, kind of a lot like drafting through the cave here, Ronan. It's hard to know what direction it's originating from. You just know that it's carrying on. There's like moments where there's like a little bit of a gust, if you will, not quite a gust, but there's like a draft, and then there's nothing. But in the moments where there's nothing, there's a smell. It smells almost like, and you got a natural 20, so it smells almost like, you know what? Join me in the whisper room for a moment. This will be more fun.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, damn, whisper room?
You know it's getting serious now.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had that in a minute.
It has in a while, that's true. Yeah, good old Grumback is a lightweight.
That was so funny. I did not expect his character to be just a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
but it's
kinda
kind of pretty
scary.
good.
It's so funny. Because he looks like the way he talks and sounds, and he's around like a rabbit monk. I figured he was a nice guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, he comes across trying to sound all noble and stuff.
Yes, yes.
You guys both have tomorrow off work?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. I don't.
I was
Holidays
wondering
don't really
'cause
affect me.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because animals still get sick on holidays.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I'm
depends
always
on the
off.
kind of shifts I pick up a week. So sometimes I work holidays, sometimes I don't. It's really random.
Gotcha.
Hooray!
Uh-oh, history check.
All right, perfect.
Call it a mystery check.
It was a mystery check. Even I don't know why I rolled it.
All right, Ronan, I'll leave it to
I
you.
rolled it, but I'm just gonna kind of stop in my tracks and like put my nose up into the air and give a couple more sniffs.
Mm.
And I'm gonna get a concerned look on my face, and I'll turn to the group and say, "This scent that I'm smelling, you guys catching that? That's a basilisk."
Oh no.
You need to smell the direction?
Yeah. Way that we're going, probably.
I know
we could
that
move.
it's coming on the wind, but I don't necessarily know where the wind is coming from.
Can we send Remy ahead to see?
You could. I don't think he can be turned to stone. Basilisks are,
Yeah, basilisks are no joke.
You all know basilisks, so there's no problem there. You all know what they do.
Okay, well, not
We're not mad
all of us.
Oh well.
I mean,
guess
we've all
everyone.
seen Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
I've got Google. It's okay.
Well, if
Think
Ronan
Medusa,
wants
but
to,
a lizard.
yeah. There you go. Yeah. All right. This is perfect. How do you guys want to proceed? Also, Brandy, you have a moment here. You're far enough away from Grumback, so if
Okay,
you
good.
want to divulge information that you have or
I'm-
whatever. Yeah.
I'm dying to share with these guys.
Okay, you can do it now, and he wouldn't hear
Okay.
you.
So I think what I would do is I would kind of look and kind of gesture towards everyone and say, all right, guys, I got to tell you, I had an ulterior motive to getting old Grummy a little drunk last night. I've got some history. I've got some dirt. I've learned some things about our feathered hideous friend over there that I don't really want to know. But long story short, he is not who he says he is. Well, he is a coward, but he also is a murdering criminal.
What?
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of crying and stuff, so I don't have a lot of details, but we can't trust him that well. I think maybe he's trying to come on the upswing, but he's got some bad history.
Kind of shoot a glance over Grunwald's direction. I'm honestly not that surprised.
He's throwing up.
Now,
What was the conversation?
So, I was a little inebriated, so I don't remember 100% of it, but he kind of just divulged how he, in a previous time, before meeting up with the crew that we met him with, he was a criminal, and he murdered some people, and he's been kind of lying to everybody to just seem like this relatively good moral man.
Wouldn't the three of you say the same about yourselves?
I mean,
Now listen,
Absolutely.
no!
I never murdered anyone that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, still murder though.
Never pretended I wasn't a murderer.
Yeah, same.
Mhm. And a thief. Yes.
Yeah, that is very obvious.
So a murderer and a criminal.
He's a
Yes.
he's a bad actor.
Hmm.
Has to be worse than me.
Okay.
Well, he's been pretty solid as of yet.
I don't know about all that.
I don't see him
whining.
turning on us, but we just have to keep it in the back of our minds.
It's definitely valuable information.
Well, I don't think he remembers telling me all this information.
That might be an hard time.
Perfect.
We can't have too many criminals in this band of criminals.
Yeah, well, the rabbit and the turtle seemed to trust them, but they may
They
not
did.
know.
Or maybe they were little criminals. Like the rest of us.
I mean, wasn't
The whole
there
band
a
of 'em?
group called the Outcasts?
Yeah.
No,
I
we
guess
don't
we could've been a little-
outcast normal, just people a whole
We've
lot.
been outcasts because they're a bunch of killers.
Yeah, food for thought.
So,
So,
Didn't you
we
leave
moving
your little pet kitten with them?
oh my god!
I think we left.
You did.
I think we left bricks with them too.
Did.
Oh, bricks.
Bricks and Bestie
thought
Blanca
Bricks
got
knew
left
him.
behind with
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bricks was all fucked up when we left him too.
Poor guy. He was having a bad day.
Yeah, maybe just one more thing we ticked off the boss's list.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he's still alive.
Yeah, I guess we gotta get through this place first.
Yeah, we'll see if we're still alive.
Yeah, speaking of, let's mosey onward, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. I'll go ahead and let me just put you guys together, and I'll just do this easier. Like this. Go ahead and just move you a little bit along here. Who's in the lead here? We'll go ahead and just do it this way.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I probably would lead because I'd already walked
Okay.
down this far so far. So I would just be kind
we'll
of
follow her.
walking.
I'll probably be behind Brandy.
Okay, and then maybe Aliva, Ronan, and then we'll put the Valora Chew back here. Oops, shit, as well. All right, Grumback is slowly hobbling along here, but we'll go ahead and move you a little bit forward. I just want to get you guys to a good... Perfect. You make your way further down the path here, and you notice as you continue moving forward, Brandy, there doesn't seem to be any risk at all from above you as you kind of continue to make your way around the corridor here. The breeze itself begins to pick up in moments before it just kind of completely it's just stagnant. It's quite odd as you kind of stand here in the moment, looking around the corner here. I'd like to just give you guys a moment. If there's anything before we move on here, anything you want to do, check, look for, examine, investigate, anything at all. Just give you a
Does
moment
that
here.
basilisk smell get any stronger the further we go?
Roll a perception check. Good question. We got a dirty 20. Jeez, Ronan. Good rolls tonight, guys. It seems God, I got a dirty 20 here. I would say not stronger, just a lot more consistent, we'll say. Through this area here, as you kind of feel the breeze kind of it seems to be concentrated here, kind of in the area, because there's another corridor kind of up to your north here. But you can see off in the distance here, Ronan, as you kind of go around the corner. I'm just going to move you guys down here a little so you can see a little bit more. You can see that there's a straight, narrow shot right in front of you, Ronan, that seems to be promising.
I'm gonna get down low next to Brandy, and well, do we want to scout ahead a little bit?
Yeah.
There. You move into an area here. the cavern in front of you is big. This chamber is pretty massive. As you all kind of make your way in, you see down to your right here, it drops off probably a good 5 to 8 feet, and then there's another platform down below that, and then you see kind of up a little bit further than that, it drops off once more, and then you can see that there's a fairly large body of water at the bottom.
I'm gonna like just point around and listen if the Flora Chew are saying anything. I'll put my hand up to my ear. Look at them.
They're smelling in the air, and one of them jumps down onto the lower platform, begins to kind of go in this direction. There's a campfire here that you see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay. And then he kind of looks back at his companions here, and you hear him say, "This is old. There's no reason to come back here. There could be creatures."
I'm looking at him standing off by himself, and I'm just imagining him being yanked into the darkness, and I just stand there shaking my head.
I thought about it.
Same hat.
Yeah.
So he didn't have much to say, guys. He was just looking at the fire pit, said it's old.
It's a couple steps forward here, makes his way up on the platform. I'll just give you guys a moment here.
Well, we need to find this horror, kill it, and be on our way. Do we even know what type of creature the horror is? Maybe the basilisk is the horror.
Oh shit, yeah.
I don't know. Those weird effigies are more being-shaped than animal-shaped.
That's a good point. And a basilisk probably wouldn't have the know-it-all to the intelligence to be able to erect that kind of stuff.
Well, I think the Valorachu were the ones that built the effigies, but typically when you build an effigy, it's a warning of the thing ahead, and it doesn't look like any kind of lizard, so...
No. You think it was the Valorachu that built those skeletal scarecrows, or was it the horror? Because they all seem cursed. They seem like they came from the horror in some form or fashion.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But you're right, I don't think the basilisk...
I'm sure we'll know it when we find it.
When we were in that first ruins that we stopped at shortly, the Valorachu said something about a basilisk being underneath the ruins. But we walked a while before we went down the well. I wonder if we're back... DM, could I tell if we were, like, as far as the orientation of which way we were walking, if it felt like we were walking in the direction of going back to that ruins we were at?
Wow, that's a great question, and that would be so hard for you to kind of like internally. I know exactly what you mean, actually. I can tell you that you are right. They did say that there was a basilisk underneath there. You remembered right. I can't really go any more into it than that, though.
Dungeoneering is the thing in 5e.
Yeah, I'll remind the party of that.
But it could be. It could be D1. It could be.
Yeah, I'll just say...
I'll say
very possible.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just remind everybody that and say I wonder if that's the same basilisk you're smelling. I mean, how many basilisks, underground basilisks are there going to be around this part?
Do not jinx us, please.
Yeah, well, basilisks are no fun.
I'm just going to assume that you were continuing to walk.
We won't go to the right. I don't think unless somebody wants to.
No,
Yeah, it's up to you. Just
I'm staying with the group.
Okay, perfect. Let me move these guys closer, and I'll just do this. I'll just move you guys this. Get get you there a little bit clear. So you kind of bend, you make your way around the corner here, and you see with your passive perception, you make your way, you look up into the corridor here, and you can see that there are some skeletal remains in this corridor. You get an uneasy feeling as you pass it.
Oh, we made a loop.
Yep. Oh shit. Sorry, Grumback is supposed to be way back here.
Grumback. Hey, Grummy.
Oops. Yeah, he's behind you. He's coming.
Left
So
behind.
did we bypass the cloakers?
So these are this is where they are, right in here.
Mm.
Yeah, right in this corridor here that you're looking up at.
Got it. Yeah, Brandy would
Give you an
know
orientation.
exactly where
Yeah.
they are.
Yep. And Brandy, you recognize it as soon as you go. You're like, oh, this is the
Oh,
other.
yeah.
This is coming from the other direction.
Yeah, because it connects.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Is anybody going in that direction, or are we still moving forward? I don't want to.
We don't want to go back to where we were and fight a bunch
Right.
of yeah.
Right.
We say no.
Perfect. Okay. Continue to make your way a little bit forward here. You notice there's some debris off to your left. There's like a little degrade here in the height of the ground. It goes down maybe about 5-6 feet. Is everyone hopping down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Make it 5 feet.
Okay. So yeah, you find your way into the bottom here. As soon as you kind of get to this part here, this little bend, you see that there's a little body of standing water here. It's completely stagnant. As you kind of get close to it, you look down and you see your reflection in it because of Brandy's lantern that she has. You can see your reflection. You also see that there's like a little cave network in there. It's like underneath the water as you kind of look down in. There's no perception check required. You all have a high enough passive.
Interesting.
Rummy feel like swimming?
Yeah, I was just thinking we could send Rummy down there.
You could.
Last time I sent him exploring in here, he got fucking murdered.
It's true.
Yeah, but we can easily bring him back.
Not till tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I think here, I'll link it, but I'm pretty sure it's one.
Well, does anybody else feel like swimming? I fucking don't.
Yeah, no, I'll send Rowie down here. Let me link. Where is it?
Yeah, you can send him down. Absolutely. The only risk is if you get lost in a cave and network of caves and you can't find your way back, then you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to make Rummy again, right? Because he's gonna not
I
be
don't know if
dead.
he's gonna go too deep. But
Okay.
He's just gonna go down and just take a look and see what's down there. Like he's not gonna go super far in.
I love this. This is fantastic. Perfect. So, give me one moment here. Oh, that's water, not. Shit, I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Ah, here it is. Holy shit. What happened to all of my stuffs, guys? I don't know. My water sound is gone, and I don't know why it's gone. And it bothers me because it would have been better. I don't know where it is. Like, it's okay, Reegs. right.
In your mind's ear, replace
Yes.
these wispy cave noises with bubbly ones.
Exactly. Wait, is this it? Shit, I don't know. Okay. Rummy, you make your way into the little cavern underneath. You see that it's pretty narrow. It's probably about 4 foot across, mostly. Like you could probably, it's like somebody could probably fit. You could probably do single file if you wanted to. But as soon as you kind of go a little bit further in, Rummy, you notice it's almost like a tubular network, like perhaps like lava tubes, maybe ancient lava tubes. As you kind of find yourself, going deeper and deeper. It seems to be going under some heavy surfaces here, and you find yourself, or heavy materials rather. You find yourself maybe about 80 or 90 yards, Rummy, before you realize that the cave network itself is no longer just one straight tube. There is a way to go to the right and a way to go to the south. Which way do you want to go?
I think that's probably far enough. He'll come back.
Oh, you don't want to explore?
Well, 80, 90 yards. I just don't want to get lost, but he'll remember.
Well, there's only a way forward and a way right. So right now you wouldn't get lost. You know that you've only gone straight so far.
Yeah, gotcha. He'll turn left.
Okay, you got it. Absolutely, Rummy. You turned left. Rummy, there is a moment where you notice the water itself is a little thin here as you kind of turn around the corner, and you pop up. Give me 1 second here. Do you see? It's all the way south, Rummy.
All the way south on the map?
On the same map, yep. Do you see yourself?
Oh yes, okay.
Okay, let me add. Oh, I did do it. Okay, so you should be able to see Rummy. So you pop up, Rummy. It's actually right here. Sorry. You pop up into another section of cave, Rummy.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, he's going to continue to explore a bit more. He's going to come down to here and check out whatever's in this corner here.
Yeah, as soon as you realize it's up probably about 3 or 4 feet up out of the water here, Rummy, you see in front of you there is a corpse laying against the wall. It has a shield with a big crack down the middle of it, as well as a broken sword, seemingly, that has chips out of it, and a backpack next to it. It has armor on it as well. It's just a skeleton. It's been here a while. There's also a bit of rope on a ledge next to it.
He'll check through the backpack.
Yeah, you could absolutely, if you want to. Flip open the backpack, Rummy, and let me just get my list. Where is it?
Loot table.
Exactly. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Rummy, you open up the top. I would say roll a perception check, or rather, roll a perception check for me first, just to see if you see certain things. And we'll get back to the group in just a moment here, guys. Thank you for being patient. 21. Great checks tonight, you guys. Man, really good. All right, Rummy. You see a tattered bedroll, first of all. It's worn and frayed on the edges. Stitching resembles some kind of an ancient emblem from what you can tell. There's a triangle with like a shield around it. There's a cross sword and a hammer. It's very old. It looks very basic. There's also a half-empty water skin. You sense this. You can smell. I think Rummy can smell. The water smells faintly metallic. You also see there's some trail rations here. You notice that one is slightly darker than the rest. You also notice there's a rusty flint and steel down here in the bottom of the pack. You also see a couple of things that are really peculiar, Rummy. You see there's a shard of mirror that seems to be wrapped up in a cloth, really nice silky cloth, and part of the edge of the mirror is stuck. Is like you can see that it's visible, and it's absolutely beautifully clean. It's flawlessly clean, like smooth to this. Like you can see underneath it that it's a mirror. It's a shattered part of some maybe larger mirror. You also see a journal at the bottom of the bag here, D1, with some cord wrapped around it. Sorry, I'm throwing stuff at you, but there's a lot of shit in here. There's a waxed seal. There's a wax sealed vial. It's really hard to know. Contains some kind of a dark purple liquid. D1. There's a little mechanical thing in here as well. It's made out of gears and metal. There's little bars and little discs and things, and they all kind of they're rotatable. You can rotate them. It's very odd. You're not quite sure what it is. It's just like a little jumble of gears and pieces of metal. It's odd to you, D1. You also see there's a set of dice that seem to, instead of having numbers on them, they seem to have runes all over them instead. But the journal catches your attention, Rummy. Do you want to pull the journal out?
Yeah, he'll definitely check it out.
All right. I would say you open the journal. You open the journal? Yes?
Yeah.
All right. You flip through, and I'm going to go ahead and do this, guys. So if you want to look at your screen, I'll go ahead and do this to you. Bam. Oh, there's one. There's two. Sorry about this. Did you get all that?
Yeah, it'll take a minute to go through them all.
I know. It's a lot. There's 6 total. I'll give you guys a moment here. Did everybody get them? You all should have gotten them.
I got them.
Even though it's just Rummy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not going to be a jerk. Okay. Seems to just be the accounting of a mission here, possibly. There's some information here. It's pretty good information. Aside from that,
Yeah. Can we save these in our
yeah. So they're permanent. They should be permanently saved now for you.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. So now you just have them. You can just always
Yeah,
reference them.
cool.
So you don't have to read them now if you don't want to. Sorry, I kind of threw a lot of information at you at once. So,
Fun stuff, though.
thanks.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have to go through these for sure.
Yeah. So here in front of you as well is a shield as well, D1. It has a big crack through it, as well as a sword. Like I said, it's pretty damaged. Like you might want to use it or sell it or whatever, but it looks like it has chips out of the blade, like it was smashed on something hard.
Yeah, no, I'd probably leave the thing. I think I'll take the mirror, the journal,
Okay.
the
Mhm.
wax sealed vial,
Yeah,
the mechanical gadget, and the dice.
you got it. All right, you're leaving the rusty flint and steel,
Yeah, I don't
And
really see a use for that.
trail rations, and the water skin, and the bedroll.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
take any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Sounds good. So yeah, you can go ahead and grab all that stuff. And Rummy is ridiculous, so he can carry all this.
I mean, I don't
it's
think
pretty
any of
funny.
the things I mentioned would be too heavy.
No, they
I
wouldn't
mean,
be. Are you
it's
just
little-
gonna grab the backpack and leave the shit here that you don't want, and take the stuff that you do want? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah,
Just to make it easier.
yeah, I guess that would make it easier. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no problem, Rummy. And as you perceive the room here, you notice that there doesn't seem to be any creatures or anything. The ceiling is fairly low to the ground here. This is a little tiny, little chamber. So you feel pretty safe.
Yeah. And then there's nothing else in this area. There's no other little, He's gonna search the walls for any other kind of like way out.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, Roy. We get here
14.
14. In this room here, there doesn't seem to be anything. However, down in the water, you do remember seeing the water kind of went off to the west a bit, so there could be more. It's hard to know unless you go down there and explore.
Yeah. Okay. He'll leave this room.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and move him.
And head back this way. And
Yeah.
take a look down here.
Yep, you can go ahead and move him if you want to. You can move him through the water here, and you notice as soon as you do that there's a little area here, Rummy, where it connects with the rest of the cave.
Oh, it connects up to where he came
Yeah.
from?
Well, to a cave. It's hard to know if it connects to where he came from, but it's definitely a cave. It could be.
Interesting.
It could be the same cave.
Yeah, he'll go up and take a quick look before he keeps going.
Yeah, where would you like to look?
We'll
let
come
you.
up to the top here.
All right. Yeah, this you buzz your way around the corner here. Are you just kind of doing this casually, or?
He's definitely looking around for any cloakers and stuff, or any animals that might be hiding along the ceiling.
All right, perfect. I would say roll a perception check for me, Rummy.
I'm 12.
12. There doesn't seem to be anything that you notice. You don't hear any odd sounds. There's a little bit of a draft flowing through here, though. A little bit stronger than what you felt before.
He'll investigate a little further. He's not going to go too far, though.
Sure. Yeah,
Like I said,
you're welcome to go a little
yeah.
bit further if you'd like.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye out for anything that might be moving along the ceiling or floors.
All right, Rummy. Yeah, you make your way around the bend here, Rummy. You see the corner of the cavern here is kind of caved in. As you look up, you can see possibly structure. It's hard to know though. There's so much rock. It almost looks like this was possibly filled in.
Yeah, he'll come down a little further.
All right, Rummy. You make your way into the bottom chasm room here, and the chamber itself opens up into a larger room. You see to your north, there's a bit of water on the ground, standing water with a little hole in the corner, which you're assuming is probably part of another cave network underneath the water. There's a ledge that kind of takes you up to the north, and there's a little corridor down to the southeast, Rummy. How careful are you being here? You're pretty far from any threats, but you can definitely see there's something odd, Rummy.
Yeah. Alright, he's gonna fly. How high are the ceilings in this place?
In this particular area that you're in right here, they're probably only about 8 feet, but they open up significantly to the north and the east here.
Okay. He's gonna fly down into the water. He's gonna very, very slowly and slip into the water like a fish.
Sure, Rummy. Yep. Are you gonna be careful, or are you going slow?
Yeah. He's gonna try to
All right.
make a splash. He's gonna sort of just
Roll a stealth check for me, Rummy. We'll get back to you, the crew in just one moment, guys. Thank you for being patient.
He doesn't have heavy armor, so that's a 19.
Okay. Yeah. You are very quiet, Rummy. You kind of slip into the water very quietly. How far into the water do you want to go? I'll let you move your character. I'll let you move Rummy.
Yeah, he's gonna come right up to about this little area right here.
Perfect.
And then he's just gonna very quietly just poke his little head out and try to look down the cavern.
Perfect. Rummy, as soon as you look over the little platform here, you notice pretty quickly there are braziers here that are burning, that are emitting light in this room. It's hard to know how long they've been lit, if they're magical, if they're current, modern, if they've been lit for if they're ancient. It's hard to know anything really, but you get a good view here, Romy, of something that actually shocks you, disturbs D1 a bit, as it sends shivers up your spine, if that's even a thing, D1. As you look before you here, D1, you see the petrified remains of what seems to be adventurers. There's 3 that you see in your immediate distance here, and there's one way off that you can see, kind of off in the distance. You also see, and I don't even need to say it, a basilisk that seems to be sleeping currently. That's chained up to the wall, from what you can see, by a very thick chain. There's corpses all around. There's parts of statues or possibly petrified adventurers from the past that were shattered, laying all around. It's terrifying. It's a terrifying sight.
Okay, I'm gonna pass that information off to everybody. And be like, there's a lot going on down there. That thing goes on in several directions, and there's definitely a basilisk. Now it's chained up. Why would it be chained up? This is what I'll be saying too.
I didn't read all of the notes, but I think there's something in there about the basilisk.
Yeah, there's definitely a basilisk down there.
Yeah, in the notes.
Yes.
Sorry, I gave you a lot of. I'm sorry about that. I got a little carried away.
You did write a whole novel for us.
Yeah,
I did. I'm sorry.
The gist of it was that there's a basilisk.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'll just be saying,
Didn't like the art.
There's a very large area of even more underground caverns down that little hole you went. And one of them leads to the basilisk. There are some statues that I would assume were once living, and a basilisk on a long metal chained up. Which means that... So who would chain him? Is it somebody's guard dog? Because a basilisk normally wouldn't just be chained.
Yeah, someone had to do it.
I hate to have this idea because I don't want to speak it into existence, but have we considered that the swamp horror could be intelligent? Like, could it be keeping the basilisk here?
I'm thinking the swamp horror probably has a certain degree of intelligence because he's been able to stay hidden and curse the entire land.
Yeah, sure.
So this could be his guard dog, which means what's past that basilisk? What's on the other side of it? I don't want to send Rummy into it. The thing's fucking huge.
Do you want to Do you want to risk going any further in the room?
No, Rummy would just sit.
Are you happy there? Because you don't see the whole room yet. You do see a large portion of it, but there's a lot of it that still remains to be hidden from you. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, can I guesstimate how long that chain is?
Oh, wow. You're really far away. If you move it a little bit closer, maybe. And you're pretty stealthed up at the moment, D1.
Yeah, well, he might try coming right along this wall.
Okay.
And then just get up to the statue and hide behind the statue here.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me is when you do it. Your stealth, you can make it to there for sure, but if you want to, we'll go ahead and roll an additional stealth check for you.
Yeah. Ooh, 15.
15's good. You're pretty far away, D1, Rummy. Now you can get a pretty good look here of the most of the room here from what you can see, Rummy. And I'll go ahead and give you the floor.
Oh, damn. Alright, I'm gonna look at Ronan, then at Oliva, then at Brandy. So there's more than one basilisk down there. There's two of them. They're both chained up. Yeah. The second one's bigger than the first one.
This just keeps getting better and better.
What Isn't that unusual for basilisks to be together?
I think so, and very unusual for them to be chained up.
So we got a big boss baddie.
I wonder if we could somehow pit them against each other or pit them against the boss.
I mean,
They haven't killed each
either
other.
that or they're... Yeah, they could definitely reach each other. They seem to be blocking another pathway.
We're not going to be able to stealth past them.
We're just flat not equipped to deal with.
We cannot fight them.
Let alone two.
No.
So
Let's see if we can find another way. What are they guarding? And is this the way to the horror? Is this the horror's watchdogs?
my best guess is I don't think that it would bother guarding its lair, but maybe like a workshop.
Treasure location, maybe?
Yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna fly Rummy back to us.
Okay, G1, you got it.
Yeah.
If they fought each other, that would be great, but
They're both sort of just sitting
just chilling, huh?
and are in reach of each other, so they're definitely not scrapping each other.
All right, Rummy kind of like emerges out of the water here. D1.
And like everybody, what do you guys think? Maybe we'll just make note of that, and if we don't find anything else that seems like it's gonna lead to our quest,
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
save that for later.
He may be hiding down there, or it, whatever this horror is.
yeah. I think we backtrack and check out another way.
Agreed.
DM, we did find like a couple other ways to go, right?
Yeah.
We're trapped out here, right?
I'll let you do whatever you would like to do. I mean, you haven't technically explored the whole place yet, but you are moving in one direction, so that's something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's check out what we find out up here, and then yeah, that looks like an
I'll leave it to
ordeal
you.
down there.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky and find some unpetrification stuff.
There you
I don't
go.
know. There's
Maybe you were
antidotes
already
or-
given it.
Oh, and actually, Rummy brings up the
Just play.
knapsack of the stuff, and
Yeah.
just sort of presents it to everybody.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, there's some stuff in there. It's quite odd. There's a shard of mirror, wrapped. Seems to be a jagged piece of glass wrapped in cloth to avoid injury, seemingly. You see that the surface is unusually clean. Like I said, and seems to reflect images clearer than a normal mirror, from what you could tell. If that makes any sense. Okay.
I'm assuming he
As
brought
well.
that mirror with him so that he
Discord
could.
kinda fucking up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's going on there with Discord? Shit.
Yeah, it did go a little weird for a second.
Oh, it's better now.
Yeah.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Uh huh.
Okay, I was just saying that shard of mirror is probably so he could look at the basilisk without turning to stone.
Sure.
I'll examine the mirror.
Sure. You wanna? How would you like to? What do you want
I'm
to do?
just gonna take it out of its folding and see if it's a mirror or see if it's some kind of like gateway.
Sure, Ronan. You just gonna kind of take it and hold it in your hand and kind of like
Yeah,
gaze
just
into
look
it.
through it. Do I see myself or do I see like I'm looking through another mirror?
Roll a perception check for me, Ronan. Oh man, let me see what you got. 11. 11's not bad. This is a fairly low DC. Ronan, you see a reflection of yourself. Only the light in here. It seems to be a better reflection than you would expect, considering the limitations of the light. Aside from Brandy's lantern in here, which would cause all kinds of shadows and such. But from what you understand, Ronan, you're seeing your face, pretty well reflected. Something odd you notice. There's very, very high detail in your eye. Your left eye, as a matter of fact. Very reflective. You can see like the iris, and there's a lot of reflection stuff going on there, like different colors.
I look like a dog in a light.
Just out of your one eye. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do with the mirror?
I'm going to take a couple of steps away from the group.
Okay.
I'm going to be like looking towards the group through the mirror
Mm-hmm.
to this area.
Okay. You're gonna just like see if you can see through the reflection.
Yeah. Does it cut the darkness down?
It does. You seem to see
cool.
the cave is kind of bright and clear through the reflection of the mirror. It's odd, Ronan.
I will call Aliva over to me. Come check this out.
Yeah, I'm going over then.
Okay, yeah, you're right next to Ronan, looking at this mirror. You can see through the reflection of the mirror. It's as though there's a light source in the cave here, although you can't see it. You can see the walls clearly on the cave, Ronan. And just for a freebie here, as you tilt the mirror down and up, you can see the cave ceiling as well, and it's pretty clear. Like I said, it looks as though the cave ceiling has a light directly on it, although there is not.
Do we see any
This seems
like ceiling mishaps that we just neglected and walked past?
I'm sorry.
Are there any like ceiling hazards that we just walked past?
There are actually. There are a few right here, particularly in this area, where it seems as though the ceiling was really close to giving way a couple of times, but you managed to get by without any issues.
Oh, look at the group. So who doesn't have dark vision? That's just you, D1, right?
I don't. Let me look. Yeah, I definitely do not. My armor lights up a bit that I can see like 5 feet around me. My armor's got like a blue glow to it. Does
I'll walk
Brandy
over to D1. I'll put the mirror in his hand. Congratulations, now you can see in the dark.
There you go. I don't think Brandy can
I think.
either.
Right.
No, she has her lantern. Do you take the mirror, D1?
Yeah, I will definitely take the mirror.
You look in it?
Yeah.
Like looking in any direction or any, you can do whatever you'd like to, experiment or try.
Yeah, I'll
like.
sort of move it around and look in it and see how it just makes everything look like it's daylight in here, kind of deal.
Yeah, everything's bright. You kind of look around at different areas here. Is there any directions you want to point? Like, how do I even say this? Like, is there anything that you want to look at through the reflection of the mirror? I should ask.
I'll look at the water, at the bottom of the water first.
Okay, yeah. You point the mirror down into the reflection into the water, and the water is completely gone in the mirror. It's not there. Just a cave.
Oh, and I can just see like the cave playing without the water.
Yep.
Interesting. Then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna sort of look down this corridor with it.
Yeah. You tilt it back and kind of look down through, and it gets pretty narrow here at certain spots here, but it's as though it's daytime in the cave, and there you see there's some moisture kind of on the corner where you could probably slip and fall if you didn't see it before. But aside from that, there doesn't seem to be any hazards in the immediate area here. Do you want
no living things along the ceiling?
No living things, even without a perception check, since you're using the mirror.
I'll be like, all right, everybody, this way it looks clear.
Yeah, clear up to the basilisks.
Well, I mean, the basilisks are down the water cave. Let me think.
Yeah, you can take a second here, and you can talk. You can do whatever you'd like.
Yeah, I thought I seen like a cut in the pathway a little while back. I thought that's where we were going.
Yeah, going straight down. Yeah, well, let's just remember where this pool is and continue to investigate, I guess.
Sure. Are you moving forward, south?
I think so, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
you got it. You got it. Is there anything that anyone wants to do while you're like? I'm sorry, I keep asking these questions. I just want to make sure that if
You're
there's
good.
anything. Okay, nice. And also don't forget, you guys have items. So if there's
Yeah.
anything at all that you all want to use or anything at all, just let me know. As we go through, I don't want to like, I don't want to push you through faster than you want to go, or slower. So, okay.
Yeah.
So we have D1.
Don't
Sorry?
we have like just a bunch of random potions that we don't know what they do?
Yes.
We do. We got those rectangle boxes. One had a sun on it, one had a moon on it, one had a skull on it, and they all had vials in them.
Yeah.
But we don't know what those do. Unless you're feeling brave and wanted to start puzzling.
Unless you're feeling froggy.
You say brave, I would say wasteful.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I should cast detect or identify on them all. That would take
That's
10
what, an hour?
minutes each, though.
10
Yeah,
minutes?
10 minutes per thing.
I mean, we've got time. We're kind of at not a standstill, but I am curious
True.
about the basilisk. In the journal notes, the dead man indicates that they're old and they seem slow. Not that I think we can.
Yeah, that would be an interesting fight because, I mean, there were some stone statues, very, very intricate looking stone statues that looked like they were once people.
Yeah, so they're not friendly.
If we had a way to bypass the petrification that they can inflict, we could take them.
Yeah, because once you're petrified, you're done.
Yeah. Well, if you guys want to just sort of sit and chill for a while, I'll cast identify. It'll probably take an hour.
I wouldn't mind trying to sneak a look and just watching those basilisks for a little bit, see what's going on.
I'll say,
totally
I'll warn
can.
ya, once you get down there, you'll go up into a room with water. Rummy dunked down into the water. And seemed pretty stealth there. Now they're chained, but it looked like they were long chains. I couldn't tell how long their chains are, so I don't know how much reach they have.
Is there
Yes.
potentially another? I mean, I'm assuming there's another exit down there, right? Like another doorway down there.
There was the tunnel continued past the basilisks. Yes.
Yeah. Then Brandy should not go alone, considering she still has the amulet. Correct? Pointed stare.
No, because I told you in the tent I grabbed the amulet.
I think I forgot about that. My bad.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. So D1 has the amulet right
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm willing to sneak up there and get eyes on them, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what more that'll tell us, but
Yeah, like I said, they're in a room there's like 3 or 4 statues of petrified adventurers, and there's 2 basilisks, both on long chains. Now,
And
also,
the
if you're gonna stealth down there, you gotta make sure they're both facing away from where the pool was, but be hyper aware if they start to turn their head and look in your direction.
was there a bridge down there?
It's just another cave system. It's like almost very similar to what we're in now, just I guess a level deeper.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we have
more.
2 options. We can either continue to explore the caves and see if there's another route to go somewhere else, or we can see if there is only one way to go, and it's past the basilisks.
True. I mean, we could take a look around up here first, and then if we don't find anything, we can
Maybe let's
head down to the danger zone.
see See what our options are first, and then go from there.
Yeah. Sure, well, let's do that first, and then if we don't find anything, I'll sit for an hour and see if I can identify all these potions, and maybe one of them's an stone to flesh potion. I'm not sure.
Onward and downward.
Okay, is that the plan?
I think so.
All right, I love it. So, D1, you are hanging out for a moment and identifying.
Not yet.
Is that the plan?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I think we're gonna all start heading basically in this direction down here. I guess is where we were going.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, perfect. So the Valorachu continue to follow you. Green is actually down close to the surface of the water looking in. As they all kind of start to kind of splash water on themselves, and they begin to wipe it on their faces, around their mouths, kind of pick themselves back up and begin to move forward here with along with the rest of you. You notice they're staying behind. They're not leading the way. They're letting you lead the way. They're kind of trailing, which, you know, may or may not bug you. But as you continue to move forward here, and I'm just gonna move you forward if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what did I do there? That was funny. This. We bring good old Grummy in here. Where the hell is he? He's way back here. Here,
Grummy's taking his sweet ass time.
He is. Nice. Perfect. Okay. You find your way into a chamber here. It's you can tell that the rock in here has given way probably sometime in the distant past, probably not long ago. From what you can tell here, it's pretty crumbled down. It's hard to know if there's any opening behind this. It's just rubble everywhere. There's a narrow little section here where you can go ahead and continue south, D1 and Ronan, as you make your way around the corner here.
Yeah, look at Ronan and go, what do you think? Keep going, I guess, eh?
Might as well.
Okay. I'm gonna keep moving you here. I'm just gonna move your characters for you, make it easier. So D1, you cross into another area of the cave here, with Ronan right behind you, and Randy and Aliva behind him. It's pretty clear now, D1, as you round the corner here, you see what you saw through Rummy's eyes for a moment here. You connect the dots, we'll say.
Oh, so this looks like it goes down to where the basilisks are as well.
You see the rope there from that you remember.
Yeah.
That Rummy saw.
Sure. All connects.
Alright, I gotta sort of stop in my tracks. So this is leading to the same place, guys. We're on our way to those basilisks right now.
Of course. That makes sense.
Yeah, let me think. Try to look at my... if there's anything I can do to stop them from looking at us.
I mean, we have options of can't distract them and have them run down a different corridor because they're chained up.
Yeah, I mean, I could reduce their size, but I don't think that'll fix their gaze. Do you guys want to sit for an hour?
Gotta shoot out some eyeballs.
Yeah. You want to sit for an hour and see if I can identify these potions and see if somebody brought some stone to flesh potions with them down?
I feel like that's probably the best bet.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to just sit on the floor right where I am, cross-legged. And I'm going to go through...
Okay.
I'm going to go through the three, what were they? 3 rectangle boxes. One's got a sun, one with 3 glass vials with liquid in it. One's got a moon with 3 vials, one's empty, 2 are full. And one's got a skull with 3 all the way filled up to the top vials.
I'm sorry, you cut out. Can you say that again?
Oh, I was just
Make sure that it's the same
reading
as
off
what I
the
have.
notes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the
just
note-
identifying
Oh,
the
got it.
vials.
Yeah,
you,
so
thank
there's
you.
3 vials in each.
Yep. Yep, that's right. Perfect. Thank you. I
I
had
have
to
the notes
remember.
in a bag of holding if you want to
Yep.
look. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I see here with 3 rectangular boxes with sun, 3 vials, 1 empty. Yep. Okay, perfect. All right. So you can go ahead and take the time here. What is everyone else doing in the moment? Anyone else want to do anything else? Or we got? I know it's kind of a boring spot here. So maybe I don't know anything at all that you can think of that you might want to do. Go ahead and let me know.
Strategizing.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do we collectively know about basilisks? Like, we know that they turn you to stone. But
I would probably you probably know just about everything there is between all of you. Aliva knows a lot, probably more than anyone else, I would say here, because of her scholarship. Her time spent studying, along with some other things that we won't get into right now. But Aliva is very versed in as far as the education part of it goes. Aliva, you have had a brush-in with a basilisk in the past. It's up to you if you want to talk to the party about it.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember my own history now. I'm like, wait.
No, it's not written in there. I just kind of threw it at you.
Oh, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
something that I
remember this.
wrote. It's something that I
Okay.
know that you don't know.
Oh, I was like, shit. What am I supposed to remember right now?
So you want to talk to him about
yeah,
it?
at this point, yeah. If there's stuff I would know, I mean, I don't want to die down here with these people I only partially like in this hellhole of a place. I don't want to die down here at all. So if there was stuff I knew down there about the basilisk, I would share it for sure.
Roll a history check for me, Aliva.
Got me over here staring at my own notes like, wait, what?
Hey, wait a second. I don't
actually know anything.
What do we got? That's 10. Aliva, you, during your training, probably pretty quickly as soon as you were recruited into the very special order, which you have to be kind of invited into, right? It's not something you can just be like, I want to do this. As soon as that happened and your initiation started, there was a trial that you had to endure, Aliva, that you remember very detailed. It was your short venture into a small cave system, and you knew that there was a basilisk in there, and it was training for you. It was a moment for you to learn the power of light and radiance against anything that the world could conjure up, and that light would always prevail. I know it sounds really cheesy, but out of all the things that you've studied, that's what you learned and you took in the most. And you're remembering, Aliva, something about the light and basilisks, and how it's something that's not very well known, but you could use to your advantage.
But I only remember the word something. Something about the light. Boy, it should be.
Yeah.
Sure would be nice if I remember.
You remember. Here, I'll make it better. You remember that light affects basilisks just as it affects you when it is in your eye, when shine into your eyes. Like, and essentially, you can blind the basilisk for short amounts of time, and that affects them in other ways.
Okay, I'd relay all of this to the party.
Yeah, sure. And it's not just regular like torchlight. It has to be something brilliant.
Reflecting in a mirror or something.
All right, so we got to cut off their sight.
Okay. I'm just looking at what my armor does again. 10 points of damage. 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 10 points of dam Twice per long rest, it can light up and blind opponents.
I could drop a darkness on them.
Oh, my armor says
That's not
grants
going to help anybody else other than me. So.
grants 30 feet of dark vision for the entire party. Was that right?
Yes,
Okay,
but it's dim light. It's like a dim blue light.
got it.
So what are these potions?
Has it
Yeah,
been an out?
he's
It'll
still-
be, so
he's still,
six was 6 times 11. 66 minutes.
Yeah, so we're gonna give it to you before we end the session and stuff. I just want to make
Or
sure
9,
that you know
actually 9 times 11. That's 99 minutes.
because you have a lot of vials here. I'm not gonna be a jerk though. Is there anything else that anyone else?
I guess if I do 1 out of the 3, I would probably. If the other 2 look the same, I could probably guess that they're the same. Oh, and 1 was empty, so I wouldn't bother the empty one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Alright.
So if they want to do stuff,
Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah. Does anyone want to do anything before we go ahead and do that? I know you're all waiting patiently. Thank you for being patient.
I think at this point, I just again would be bracing for a fight, not really wanting to do
Sure.
anything that's strenuous or gets me away from the group.
Yeah. I would say that in the moment here, without even a perception check necessary, you all see like there's a ledge here, and then there's water below it, and the water is in this area is moving pretty fluidly, pretty quickly, from west to east, seemingly. It's telling you that there's probably like a cave or something, a network down there that's supplying this source of water here. And like I said, it's moving pretty quickly, so there's a little bit of a current to it. Okay, if everybody's good, then we'll just go ahead and say in the moment here that D1 completed his spell. I'm not going to be a jerk and make you wait forever.
yeah.
The first thing you notice is the sun. The box that has a sun on it only has 2 potions in it. The one vial is empty. Each one of those vials contains a potion that gives you night vision for 24 hours. Or dark vision, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe good
there's
for
also,
brandy.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And now that you see it, you hold it up to kind of the lantern of Brandy's. What am I saying? You hold it up to Brandy's lantern, and you can see that it has little shimmers in it. D1. As you do this as well, you hold up the other vial just because the empty vial, not thinking much. As a matter of fact, you were all going to throw it. You were just going to toss it. But as soon as the light from Brandy's lantern hits the vial, D1, you see that there's a dark purple liquid inside there that you didn't see before.
Oh, interesting. I'll try to identify that as well.
Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's a potion of invisibility.
Okay.
Which might be useful. Brandy has a better one, though. She has a scroll, I believe. Do you remember that,
Yeah,
Brandy? You
yeah.
got a long time ago. Perfect. The moon box. There are 3 potion vials in there as well. The one with that has the carving of the moon on it.
Yeah.
I have a potion and a scroll.
You do have a potion. That's right. These potions are they kind of have like a red glint to them. It's mostly clear with like a little bit of a red kind of hue to them. You know these potions. I should just tell you. I'm not going to be a jerk. There are potions of immolation. It's not a D&D thing, so don't go looking for it. It's a thing. It's a me thing. These potions
Sure.
will
Immolation?
immolation. Yeah. They will when consumed for 1 hour. You deal 1d6 damage to anything that it touches you.
Okay. For how long? An hour?
It's fire damage.
So are you saying immolation as an IMM or as an emulation E?
Emulate, yeah, fire.
Okay,
Sorry.
making sure.
Yeah.
My bad. All right,
And so
D1. Sorry,
It's not
And that
too
was
bad.
that was 2 of the ones in Moon. Just 2. That was 2 or 3.
that's 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought
3
I
full.
thought Moon said had 1 empty.
So Sun had 2. I think maybe we wrote it down wrong, but I had in my notes here. I have Sun had 2 full, 1 empty. The empty one was
Okay.
the invisibility.
Oh,
potion.
gotcha. Okay.
And then the Moon was the emulation. That one.
Immolation.
Immolation. The skull box. When you investigate the skull box, something interesting happens. D1. You are blocked. I know that sounds odd, but nothing. You don't get any results from these. They scream magic, but you don't. You're not. It's not revealed to you. It's almost hidden to you, which you find odd. It's not a normal thing for this to happen to you. So you find this very weird. Like these potions are. The identity is being blocked from you. Sorry to do that to you.
Yeah, I'll spread the immolation. It doesn't seem like any of these are stone to flesh. 2 dark vision, 1 invisibility, 3 of this interesting one that makes you radiate fire damage. And these 3, I'm gonna hold up the 3 skull ones, are unidentifiable.
It's like a black tarry liquid inside. It's very thick.
Probably not friendly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way for us to just shoot these guys in the eyeball.
Blind them, yeah. Well, I've seen Aliva have some blinding magic at some point in one of our battles.
I do have my locket. I also have a couple of spells for radiant damage, but the locket may be the most blinding thing. It does have consequences sometimes.
Sounds like it could be very useful against creatures whose glare we want to avoid.
Yeah. I mean,
Just keep in mind it won't last long.
Yeah, another all my armor lighting up. It'll be two quick flashes is all I get out of it.
I'm picturing me taking an invisibility potion and shooting out eyeballs, permanently blinding them, while not being hopefully seen.
Nice.
And it doesn't have to be just me. If we have a skilled archer.
Invisibility.
I mean,
once you attack or do something, you
Would wear off.
You're revealed. Yeah.
revealed, yeah.
So we'd have to
And you can
You
still
get one
see
good shot.
or 4 good shots.
Yeah, I mean you'll get a
There's more than one of us.
Yeah.
Only have 3 ways to go invisible. But
Even
one
with
of us
Brandy's
could
cloak,
stealth.
it would wear off.
Yeah, just the mechanics of invisibility.
of regular. Yeah, in order to stay invisible, you need greater invisibility. Or
I
do you
have.
have? Oh, you have greater.
I have a
okay.
potion and a scroll.
Yep.
I actually have the invisibility spell learned. Which means I could turn us all invisible, but that's just regular invisibility. As soon as we attack, we'll be Now, how's invisibility going to help just to get that first attack?
Yeah. They can't see us, and we can't be blinded.
Well, I think it's if we see them and we can still see if we're invisible.
Just us
we want
looking
to
at
not
them?
see. Yeah. Yeah, it's us looking at them that makes you turn to stone. If you see
Then
them-
wouldn't we all be stoned right now?
Well, no, if you see their eyes, I think it's just looking at their eyeballs that does it.
So if a creature starts its turn within 30 feet of the basilisk and the two of them can see each other, the basilisk can force the creature to make a DC blank Constitution save. And if the basilisk isn't incapacitated on a failed save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone.
But that sounds like it's something that they choose to do.
Well, it's like a eye meets eye kind of thing.
It's kind of like looking at Medusa.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but
if
Medusa isn't looking at me, but I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to look at her face or not.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So then invisibility wouldn't help.
Well, I have no idea. That was my thought, was if we can take out their eye, we're not killing them, we're just blinding them so that the biggest threat is gone.
Actually,
we
we
totally
could
use
go
that. That's a
invisible
good strategy.
and put like a bag over their, somehow get a bag over their heads.
That would be
they
a
don't
good
have
one.
hands to take the bag off.
They can just shake their hand.
They could shake their head, yeah.
Really big bags.
That would
have to be
it wouldn't just bite it with their mouth and then eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem with doing a temporary blindness is it's temporary.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how strong they are.
Invisible. Would we want to just walk past
Run
them?
past them? Yeah, that's the other option.
We could try to sneak past them. That's actually true. Yeah. What do I have? I don't have blind spell. At least I don't think I do.
I don't have anything. But I could say, well, I don't want to lose bitters, but I mean, distract them in some way so that they're distracted, not looking where we are.
Yeah, I'd have to look up if Rummy can be turned to stone or not, because he's already made out of metal.
Yeah. So can he fly in and distract him, and then they look that way, and we sneak through? It's a big risk, because if we get caught out, we are no longer alive.
So, yeah. So you say we all turn invisible. Try to distract
all being who
them.
though? Because we have what, 4 items, 3 of invisibility, and there's how many in our party?
Well, he can cast it.
I have the spell.
How many times can you cast it? Or
no, it depends on if I want to burn. I mean, it's a 2nd level spell, so technically 5 times, but that would burn all my spell slots.
Yeah.
And
that would leave us
Is
little
it one
defenseless.
person per?
I mean,
oh, actually, no. If I
don't need to bring.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't bring any more than just the 4 of us.
So I got 2 3rd level spell slots, so I could do 7 people.
And I've got a potion and a scroll. But we don't need. I mean, why would we? I wouldn't invisibility the Vloraju. They can run back to their family.
Yes.
I don't think they'd make it.
Well, remember they're chained up. Or yeah, that could be the plan. Try to distract them and invisibly sneak by them.
Okay.
I think the alternative is to leave. I don't know.
Yeah, is making our way here. Was there a split in the path anywhere?
No, the other path just
I think
led to
everything
where
just
we
led
came
here.
from. Yeah.
If we don't want to continue on,
Last
I
night.
have teleportation stones still. That is the last alternative is leaving and going back to who is it? Via Shadestone's house.
Oh, that's right. You do
Yeah.
have those.
Yeah.
Remind me how many stones you have, and they only work one way, right?
So I have 2, and it's people within 5 feet. Let me see if I can link it.
That's right.
Just wondering if there's a way for us potentially to leave and come right back to this one exact spot, like a little warp crystal or something.
Yeah.
That is a viable option. That's fucking hilarious.
What would be really funny is if we could somehow
The caverns
leave the
near
spot,
his
like
house.
put down like a little marker. I don't know, like a little dungeon marker, and then somehow teleport the croc boss to the room with these guys,
There we go.
and then all of our problems would be solved.
That's
we wouldn't get paid.
That's right.
But
wouldn't
also,
learn
we
the
could just take all this shit. So who cares?
It's true too.
Something tells me if we offed him, somebody would have issue with that.
That's my vote. Is that we
Couple
just teleport the croc boss to the basilisk.
We just can't.
All right.
It's a
Well,
one-way trip.
while you all stand here in the moment, contemplating, trying to figure out exactly what a good plan would be, we'll do a scouting mission first and let you guys kind of go up and see the area and stuff before we lay the plan out and everything. But I think this is a great spot to go ahead and call the session.
Yeah.
And we'll come back next time and we'll let you guys plot and scheme and do whatever you'd like to do, and then maybe even give a crack at it, whatever you want to do. So
Yeah,
we'll come back
we got
next time.
some
You have
basilisks
options.
next week.
So, what's that? Sorry.
We got some basilisks to deal with.
Oh.
Next week.
Yeah, it should
no.
be fun. Should be fun, guys. I'm looking
Not
forward
one,
to this.
but two.
This is gonna be a good one. All right. Well, with that being said, everyone, have a fantastic week. We will see you here next time.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Next time.
We'll stop the recording.
All right.